It's your girl Rochelle, back again with another video. I would like to thank all my subscribers for subscribing to me. And if this is your first time clicking on to this channel, thank you for joining me today. And I hope you liked what you see in this video and will consider subscribing. In this video, I'm going to be making, I'm cooking dinner. Something that's, simple. I'm making chicken and cream of chicken soup with some rice and broccoli. And for myself, because I've been craving it for a week now, I'm going to be making my own egg rolls. Now, my kids, my family, they love my egg rolls. I came up with this recipe when my kids was little. And my kids, it's like, they love it. And it's like when they get down to the last few, argument would break out, because all of a sudden it's like, oh, you had this many or you had that many. But anyway, they love my egg rolls. I said I would never tell anybody my recipe, but I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm not a person that measures. I just know from sight, because I don't know, I've been cooking for so long. But I'm going to try to keep up with measurements. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and later we would like to try it. And later let me know if you did try it, and comment and let me know how they were. So let's get to it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get in this kitchen. Okay. Oh, before we get started, I have new glasses, and man, y'all just don't know. Let me show you my old pair. I was struggling with my old pair. I mean, these glasses now, it's like I'm seeing the world in a whole new light. Everything is so clear and bright and not crooked like the other ones was. But let me show you. I don't know if y'all could see how it looks dirty, but this is clean. I done tried with vinegar, alcohol, glass cleaner, everything. This is just a film that's stuck over this. And then, what side was it? On this side, I don't know if y'all could see that, but I had, because the frame right here, if you could, let me see. If you could see that, yeah. And it was being held on by super glue or crazy glue. And it was just a hot mess. Being out in public with these things, especially with a mask, my glasses was constantly falling off. And it was just a mess. And I should have did this like 6 months ago, but procrastinating and forever complaining. But I finally went and got me some new stuff now. So now everything, like the song says, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Y'all not ready for this voice. Let's get to cooking. Okay, first we're gonna I'm using this boneless, skinless chicken breast. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there. So what you do first, now we always want to make sure we wash our chicken or rinse our meat first before cooking. I have a large skillet. Now this you can either do in the oven or top of the stove, because sometimes I do both. But today I'm going to do it on top of the stove. And I coat the pan with a little olive oil. Like I said, did I really just do that? I really don't measure. But if I had to measure this, I would say this is about maybe 1/4 cup of oil. No, a little less than a cup of, a little less than a fourth of a cup of oil. You could use whatever oil you prefer, but this is what I use. And to season the meat, I use a little onion powder, garlic powder, garlic salt. Gotta have that Lawry's. The garlic salt and pepper. I did not realize I said that until I was just now editing this, that I called the seasoned salt garlic salt. Oh my goodness. You want to have your fire down to a medium and not high like I just had it. And now you're not exactly letting this fry. You're going to put a top over it and let it simmer. Now I usually don't time it, but this time I'm going to time it to let you guys know. Okay, so this has been simmering for 5 minutes now. So you want to take and flip it over. And let it simmer a little bit more. Okay, so that was 5 minutes. Now, with chicken, like today I'm using the chicken breast. But you can use chicken legs. Sometimes we use chicken legs. Sometimes I do chicken wings. Sometimes I do a whole chicken. But today, I'm doing this. And with this, you want it to just halfway cook. You don't want it to cook fully yet, but just halfway. And then you're going to put your seasonings in. This is a half of bell pepper, a half of onion. You wanted to let it cook in there, the seasonings in there a little bit, and let that cook down for a few more minutes. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and as you see now, it's starting to get the little broth or whatever you want to call it, because you have that natural flavoring right here. Now what we're going to do is add in some cream of chicken. I remember the first time I made this for my cousin. I cooked, and she didn't see what I was cooking. But I made this, and when I brought her plate, she was like, "Lord, this girl done bought me some right gravy." I said, "Fool, this is not gravy. It's cream of chicken." So, anyway. Ooh, I wish I could smell it. Okay, so you put the, okay. That's going to be a blooper. Okay, you put that in. Then you would add, I use the can of water, but not a whole to the top, but you know, just halfway up to the top almost. And me, I'm that person, I try to get every little bit out of there, because not the whole thing will come out when you pour it out. I mean, you don't have to do this. Because I'm a person that's extra, I do this. Okay. And now with me, depending on how much seasoning you put on your meat, you really don't have to add extra. But the way I season, I don't have to put any extra seasoning in here. Okay, it is 1:09 right now, so I'm gonna check back. I'm gonna let the time, we're just gonna check back and see what the time is. And that way we'll know how long it's cooked. Now while that chicken is cooking, I'm gonna do some broccoli. Okay, now with my broccoli, I just, well, today I'm using frozen broccoli. I don't put any water or anything in there because it's frozen, so some of that water is gonna come up. So all I do is put, I use butter. I would have to guess, I would say this is probably about 2 tablespoons. And then I season it with garlic salt, seasoned salt. And then I use pepper. I don't make that much because it's just me and my mother that's going to eat this. My son, he doesn't eat any vegetables. I know, but I have tried. My son, he has autism. Yeah, my son, he has autism and a mild intellectual disability. So I have tried since he was a baby, and when he developed taste buds, even with the baby food, he I guess it had to be around, I guess he was about maybe 9 or 10 months old. And I think I made the mistake of letting him try out table food. And once he got the taste of that, because you know, well, I'm old school. You know, when our babies was young, you know, we test them out on the soft scrambled egg or the mashed up beans. And I let him taste the table food. And that's where I think I made my mistake, because once he saw it was a different taste from baby food, it was like almost a wrap on it. Because even with the baby food, how I used to mix up the fruits with the vegetables, he started tasting the vegetable part and it was like he wouldn't eat it. And even with the baby cereal, it just slowly, he just stopped eating baby food. So, but then, you know, I had to transition him to the table food because that's all he would eat. But he would never eat fruits or vegetables. And I have tried throughout the years many ways, and I tried everything, took people's suggestions and everything, but I can't get him to budge on fruits and vegetables. He won't even eat an apple pie or peach cobbler, anything like this chicken I'm making now. It got the onions and stuff in it. He would pick through those onions and bell peppers and pick every piece out. So, and you know, like now he's 30 years old now, so I've tried everything. So I can't get him to eat no fruits or vegetables at all. So that's why I try now to keep him on vitamins. So that's the autistic life. Not to say that's how all autistic people is. It's just how my son is. A lot of people tell me, well, you know, you could try this and, you know, mash it up this way or do it this way. But my son has autism. He's not an idiot. He has a taste palate, so he knows what is what. And he knows what he likes. So that's how it is. Okay, so Gonna check and see this. Okay, it's doing good. Still not quite ready yet because I want my breast to be more tender. Even though there's no bones, I still like it to be not mushy, but just where you can, just enough to cut it with the fork. Let's check on the broccoli. Okay. Now, this is done because I like my broccoli cooked, but not too where it's mushy. So just the hints of a little crunch, I still like it. So this is cooked just good. I'm just stir it a little bit, make sure all the, and like I said, this is just enough for me and my mother. So now, while that's still cooking, the chicken is still cooking, I'm going to start on the rice for dinner. And I forgot to put on, I use minute rice because it's easier and quicker. And then my son, it's easier for him when he gets hungry and want rice, because him and my mother are big rice eaters. He can make it himself. Now they have instructions on the box how to use it. I never read it, but what I do is I don't even measure this. I just pour the water in, not to where it's overpowering the rice, but just enough to get it in there coated real good. And then like this size, you see it's not that much. This would probably cook, I would put this on 3.5 minutes. So, okay, now for the egg rolls, I use bean sprout. No, I don't use cabbage or carrots. None of that stuff you see at other places, restaurants. I'm not gonna say the names, but so these I use bean sprout. Now I usually make them with 2 bags. You can make them with 1, but because I'm so used to doing it with that, I'm just gonna use 2 bags like I always do. Okay, and then you have the egg roll wraps, and I make it with shrimp. You can try, I've tried it with chicken before and beef, but we prefer shrimps. And I use celery, garlic, and a little piece of ginger root. And I season it with garlic salt, garlic powder, seasoned salt, onion powder, and because I have Louisiana in me, I have to use some Creole seasoning. Black pepper, some soy sauce, and oyster sauce. So to start off with the egg rolls, we're going to use, I would say that's about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Again, you can use any oil you want. I choose olive oil. Put the garlic in the pot. So you want to get all this just to saute it a little bit. And then the green onion. And then the garlic. Now if you was to use the already minced garlic, that would be I say 1/4 of a cup, if that's what you prefer. And then the what is this? Oh, the ginger. And then you're just gonna stir that up a little bit. just for a minute or two. We let this saute in there. You want it on a medium to low fire. Now, if y'all was to cook this up and try this recipe, the smell this is giving off is like, ugh. Okay. So now you want to put in the shrimps. Now my daughter asked me, she called me some days ago asking about how I do this. And I always used to tell them, pay attention when I'm cooking this. So that way you'll know how to cook it yourself. But I used to tell them, this is not a little 5-minute thing you could just throw together. The preparation alone is a little time consuming because like I said, I chop up my shrimps. And then you gotta chop up all your seasonings and stuff. Okay, and okay, now I have the fire on a medium. Okay, and then you let it cook a little bit to where the shrimps are just turning pink. And then you want to put in your bean sprouts. Now, like I said, you can do this with one bag, but I've always made it with two. I could try and do it with one, but me, I like to stick with what I know. So, well, that's in.
Y'all, I don't know what's wrong with me. Why I keep calling seasoned salt garlic salt.
Garlic salt.
As you can see, that is seasoned salt. Like, wow.
That's probably about a teaspoon.
Garlic powder.
The pepper and onion powder. And then my Creole seasoning. Because I'm Louisiana. I mean, I'm from Louisiana, but I've been living out here in California. We moved out here when I was 4, so I consider myself, even though I'm Louisiana, I consider myself a California girl. I add about a little bit more of soy sauce. And then I also use oyster sauce. Okay, just bought it. Okay. And then something else I use that I forgot to mention. 2 eggs. Okay. First I want to turn. Okay. Making sure the fire is on a medium to high. Oh my goodness, if y'all could smell this. Now this is an Inglewood thing. Old school Inglewood, California. There was a Chinese food place on 111th and Crenshaw that, oh my goodness, it was a sad day when they closed down. To this day, I could just remember the smell of that place. It was just to die for. The best Chinese food in town that I have ever had so far. Haven't had a place like, tasted any Chinese food like that since. But anyway, back to the subject. Okay, and I pour the egg in there. And then just stir it, because you want this to cook down. And to let that egg get in there and cook too. Now let's check back on the chicken. Whoa. Ooh, hot. Okay. Now I have to, yeah. See, I could do that with the rubber spoon. It just broke, so that means it's done. And let's check the time. Keep y'all on the time so you won't think I'm adjusting anything. The time is 2:20. So we started at it was 1:09, I believe. Yeah, that took over an hour to cook. Okay, had to stop for a moment to call my daughter. Had to handle something with her. So now back to this. Let's get this fire going again. Now with me, I've always been a single mother since day one. Got 3 kids, they're all adults now, but even though they're adults, motherhood still doesn't stop. Motherhood don't stop at 18. So yeah, and they're grown. My oldest is 33. And yes, I still dote over them as if they were 10. But okay. Now I forgot the ground ginger. I use not much, maybe like a 1/4 of a teaspoon. That look like I'm doing a lot, but it's not a lot coming out. Okay, there you go. Okay. Stir that. Did I really? Oh. Okay, y'all didn't see that. Okay. Now, I like to just taste it. Okay, yeah. Now that's pretty much cooked down. And the egg. Now there's a lot of juice in here. And what I do is when I get ready to wrap them up inside the egg roll wrap, I do pour some of this juice out because you don't want that juice in there when you put them in the wrap and then have to put it in that because we're gonna fry it, and you don't want that juice to come out while you frying because grease will pop everywhere. And then we're gonna get a frying skillet. Got the fire on medium. Now this I will use some vegetable oil. This is vegetable oil? No, canola oil. This is canola oil. But you can use any oil you prefer. I'm just using this because it's the last little bit and I want to get rid of it. Okay, I can turn that off now because that is really done. I'm going to let the grease get a little hot. While we get the egg rolls, the wraps ready. And whew, I am thirsty, so nothing like a nice cold brew. Not really. This is apple cider. I don't do alcohol. Okay. Now what I do for my egg rolls, when you wrap them up, to wet it, I guess you can use water to wet it to seal it up. But once again, since I'm a person that does extra, I use egg. So now what I'm going to do is take this and drain it a little bit. Drain the juice out of it. Okay. Now this is why it takes me a long time. Now people suggested, oh, why don't you just, set it on top of flour? But this is the way I do it. Like I said, say it with me now. Because I'm extra, I have to do it one at a time. Because like I said, I do it one at a time because you can't pre-roll these and then have them sitting. Because even though I did drain the juice out of here, there's still a little bit left in there. And if you have them sitting on the egg roll wrap, it makes the wrap soggy. And when you go to pick it up, it's just dough. I mean, like raw, runny dough. So that's why I do it like that. And, okay. I just had to put a drop or two of water in the grease to make sure it's hot. So don't do this at home. Don't be extra like me. Now, I was taught once that stopped popping, the grease is ready. And the grease is stopped. So I think I'm gonna have to, no, I'm gonna keep it right here just to show y'all how I wrap it. So you want to you could get how much you want, but the way I do it, I don't like it over stuffed in there too much. Let me just grab some meat. Okay. Okay. Now, just, enough in there so you could taste it, but not overpowering. But then again, you could do it as much as you want. Okay, and to roll it, I just started off right here. It's not a burrito, so, and just take it. It's no right or wrong way, but I just take it. Like I said, you're not wrapping a burrito, or you can do it like a burrito, but I don't. There's no right or wrong way. Just as long as you have those sides tucked in to hold in the bean sprouts. And then I dip my hand, my fingertip, and the egg just to moisten. We enunciate our words. Okay, and then finish rolling it up to give it that hold. And then pop it in there in the grease. Okay. Now you hear that popping? It's going to do that, but that's because of this juice. And I see I need to pour some more out. Just spread it around. And wrap it. Making sure those ends are tucked in. Okay, I'm gonna do one more so you can see. Trying to put a little strip on this one because I don't see any. Okay. Okay. Now usually with this you have to move a little fast. So now I'm going to just go ahead and finish doing these. Okay, so everything is done now. My son is coming in because usually when I cook, I could cook and walk away because he likes to come in here and clean up. That's his thing. So I try to do it myself sometimes, but like I said, he likes to clean up the kitchen. So I just hope you guys enjoyed this and want to try out that recipe with the egg rolls or the chicken. So you can follow me on Instagram. It's Rochelle_Walton_. Let me know if you tried it and what you think about it. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And I'll talk to you guys again later. Bye.